Welcome everyone. We have the Transformers crossover Naruto, Kurama and Gamakichi. So this is a pretty interesting pack, and for the most part this is going to be very much like a Beast Wars product. We get two characters in this, and in a way we kind of get like teenage Naruto and kid Naruto in two different beast modes. This is coming from a long line of recent crossovers, first being Ghostbusters, then Back to the Future, Top Gun, Universal Monsters, Stranger Things, Jurassic Park, Knight Rider, and now this guy. So getting right into the packaging, we've got some very unique packaging for Transformers. This is basically designed to look like a ninja scroll. So you got this, you got the rolling part here, and then you're imagining, you're pulling it open to learn some secrets, and the secrets are these two robots. From the window, we can see there's a bunch of weapons that they come with. On the top, we get to see the animal modes. On the side, we get some writing. On the other side, I think this is Cybertronian. On the bottom, got some legal stuff. And on the back, we got a demonstration of the robot mode and beast mode. And it shows that this is in partnership with Viz Entertainment. So let's go ahead and get these guys out of the package. So you're going to have this insert inside the box. You do have a instruction manual. This will come out. You got this piece in the back, and this is actually kind of nice. This would be a pretty nice diorama if you wanted to keep it. And then in the back, we've got the accessories, more accessories, to make sure you do not lose this and throw it away. So let's get these guys all the way out of the package. So here they are out of the package, and right away I can tell that this is maybe a retool of Cheetor. Obviously there's a lot of new parts, but I don't know if it's just like the design style is being reused. Because now that I think about it, all the parts here do seem to be different. Almost as if they took the CAD files for Cheetor and they used that to build this guy out. So we'll compare him with Cheetor in a moment. The little guy, this transformation scheme, like the way the body parts work, does not seem to be similar. Maybe Tasmanian Kid. We'll do a comparison with him. In the paper wrapping, we got these blast effects, so to speak. So these pieces you use on the feet. So it's kind of like that energy summoning thing where you're pulling energy up out of the ground. And they peg into the footholes. And then you've got the, I can't remember this, but basically you've got his little Hado ball, and you got the spinning disc. I know those are not the right names, but Naruto fans, you know what I'm talking about. And he can hold it. Maybe. Yep. He can hold that. He can hold that. This guy can hold it. It's all 5mm ports. So you can do different things with those effects. I believe the larger weapons go to this guy and the smaller weapons go to this guy. So you get knives, shuriken, knife, and scroll. And those are pretty much the accessories. It's interesting to have a pack like this with two figures. I know we got that with Jurassic Park, but that's generally not the case. So that's the accessories. And then while we have them in robot mode, let's do a comparison. So here is Cheetor. He's got some add-on kits. And here's Tasmanian Kid. And here's Rat Trap. And this guy doesn't share any engineering from what I can tell. Like, you would look at this and say, oh, maybe there's something going on with these two, but no. I mean, the engineering is completely different. And with Cheetor, like, we see a lot of the Cheetor style things happening with the legs and the feet and the head in the front, the pelvis, but these pieces are all just completely different. Even the bicep looks different. Maybe that shoulder piece is the same, maybe. If anything, the shoulder pieces do look identical. And again, it could just be that this isn't a remold. This might just be, you know, they started with this CAD design and they built off of this. Because if you've followed any of the designers on YouTube, I've come across a few videos with designers talking about how they sculpt stuff. It's all digital now, so that could very well be what the case is. So let's go over the figures a little bit more detail. We'll go over some articulation too. As being Transformers, they're going to have a lot of articulation because of all the ball joints involved. We'll start with our little guy here. So, you know, ball joint in the shoulders, the elbows, the head is on a ball joint, tiny little ball joint. The hips, the knees, the feet, no waist articulation. So you're gonna be able to get some pretty crazy poses with him. You've got some ball joint stuff here, like let me take that back. Here you've got disc hinges. So the head is on a ball joint, but the shoulder is the Cheetor style disc hinge system. The elbow is disc hinge. There is wrist articulation, which is kind of cool. The other hand actually has an opening hand. I think it might mostly be to hold this accessory. No, I don't know why there's a peg just kind of sitting in the middle of the hand. Doesn't seem to have anything to do with this, but we've got a peg there. The hand does move. There is waist articulation, but you got a lot of stuff going on here. You got disc hinge, hips. You got disc hinge with this top swivel on the knee, and you've got disc hinge foot with a side pivot. So if you understand Cheetor's articulation, you know what you're getting there. And then for the figures themselves, they look really nice. There's not a whole lot of color variance, but there's enough. You know, you got orange and gray, you got black highlights, you got yellow in the eyes on both the character and the beast mode. He's got a nice little smiling face there. The face is painted kind of like an off-white. So like there's just enough contrast with him, so it's kind of like muted, but still, you know, there's a lot more going on. Matter of fact, the little pieces here, this is brown right here. That's another different color I didn't notice. And his headband does have silver, so the band is gray and the front of the emblem is silver. And it does have the, I'm gonna call it the Naruto symbol. I can't remember what clan he's in right now. Oh, it's been so long since I watched Naruto, but he's got the little clan symbol on his headband. So that is very nice. And then our larger figure, same thing with the headband. The head is just bigger. He's got blue eyes instead of yellow eyes. He does have a, well, I was going to say that was like a Beast Wars like maximal symbol on the top, but I think it's just a red highlight on the head. The eyes are fully painted. Look how crazy that looks. You know, he's got the orange, he's got the black, he's got the dark gray, he's got a simulated bandage around this leg, he's got red eyes for the beast mode. Just really amazing figure. Like, this is nice. With the weapons, there are all these pegs, and there must be some sort of gimmick to get the weapons to peg on in beast mode. That's the only thing I can think is going on with that. So very cool little figures. Like, these are fun to mess with, which has always been a thing with Beast Wars stuff. Like, because they tend to use like ball joints for their limbs, you just get to get them in like very crazy poses, you know, very quickly. So I like that. I dig it. Okay, so let's get these guys into beast mode. So we'll start with him, and I'm gonna try to do this without instructions because I think this is gonna be pretty straightforward. So I had to open up this to get the head in there. Not sure what's going to happen with these legs yet. Okay, so this folds back. I'm guessing these tuck in, yeah. And there's little slots for them to peg into. So I'm gonna pull this to the back. This is the front. And these are the back legs. And that's our little guy here. And there are some holes here, so we can put the knife in one and the scroll in another. So very cool. He's going to be a little bit more work, but again, he pretty much looks like he is Cheetor for the most part. So let's go ahead and start opening stuff up. Turn this head around. Right. Yeah, you have to turn that head around. Can't quite remember how to do Cheetor's arms, but I know we need to pull the side pieces out. I know that these are ultimately going to fold inward. This, and outside of that I can't remember what to do with the arms. Okay, it's not actually anything very special, they just kind of fold in. These are gonna point like this. Okay, these close together. This is what I was missing. And then you want the outside of the hand going forward. And then these pieces come together. You notice all this kind of tabs. And then you can bring these side pieces in. Don't push them all the way in because you want that side to look nice and closed up. These legs really just end up sticking out of the back here. And then this back assembly, I'm going to turn this tail around, I guess, kind of have it pointing backwards, and then you're just going to manipulate this hinge, lift up, and then push back. It's a little tight, so do be careful, but you're going to close it like that. And that's pretty much it. You know, get the arms situated, the legs situated, and you know, the tail, you got different ways to display the tail. You know, it can be relaxed, or if it pops up, you know, he's kind of like in attack mode or in aggression mode. Well, that's a good way to kind of think of it. So that's the nine-tail fox version. And so I do believe his mouth opens. Yeah. So his mouth opens. So you've got some little articulation there. You can see the little Naruto head inside. Nine tails, his mouth opens and closes. The head doesn't really move outside of that, but he's got this really sinister look. You know, he can just go crazy with his look. Because of all of the crazy articulation, you can probably get him to sit kind of like a dog, I guess. And maybe not. You could work out something creative and have him, you know, kind of like this. But mostly you want to have him kind of in this mode. Ready to attack. And we didn't talk about this yet, but let's see what we can do about these weapons. So there is some peg holes here. I guess we could have put this in robot mode too. But the weapons can store in robot and beast mode. So that's very cool. So I don't know who would not want a figure like this. I mean, you could totally not be into Transformers and find that this is very cool. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with the figures. This back assembly does have some turning, so you can get a little bit more creative with what you want to do with the tail. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can do here. Both highly articulated, both very expressive, both just super cool. So whether you're a Transformers fan, Beast Wars fan, Naruto fan, anime fan, you're gonna dig these. So highly recommended. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. And as always, tune into more videos coming up. Thank you.